Hi guys, it's Apathy, and today we're going to be talking about using references in your artwork. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to hop on Google and find our reference images. I've decided to draw a ruby-throated hummingbird. It's not a bird I've drawn before, so I'm not super familiar with it, so I feel like this is a good place to start. So I'm just going to put my birds onto my canvas here. And I'm going to find a pencil and I'm going to start outlining all the major shapes that I can see. Once I have all the major shapes kind of fleshed out, I'll go in with another color of pencil and kind of define the details a little more. Right now a lot of people would call what I'm doing tracing, which absolutely that's exactly what I'm doing. And you should never try to pass off a tracing as your own original artwork. But it can be very helpful and beneficial to your practice to kind of figure out the shapes that compose the thing that you're ultimately trying to draw from your imagination. So now that I've done a few tracings of these birds and kind of figure out their shapes, I'm going to go ahead and try to draw one of them by sight. As you can see, I'm not having the greatest time of it. It's coming out a little bit bumpy, and that's because I haven't ever drawn one of these birds from scratch before, so that's how it's going to be. You're still learning, and so there's nothing wrong with having a few like wonky shapes here and there while you're figuring out the structures. You can tell by the second time I'm drawing a hummingbird, I do have a little bit better of an understanding of the shapes that go into it, but it's still a lumpy mess. And that's okay. Learning isn't typically a clean and easy process. So at this point, having done the tracings and having done a couple birds just by looking at my reference images, I do feel confident enough in what I've been doing wrong and what I've been doing correctly to go ahead and start on like a final style of sketch. So I put down my shapes first, and then you can see I gave him a neck. Now I'm going in with another color of pencil for the sketch, and that's just to kind of help refine my details a little bit more and help me figure out what was working and what wasn't working on the final piece. Based on my sketch layer, I really like how it's looking, so now I'm going in with an inking pen. I chose purple just because it was the darkest color I had on my palette at the time. I will change that once I'm finished, but I like purple just as a way to remind myself that I'm not done for sure yet. I'm just kind of halfway there. But at this point, I am really comfortable in the appearance of what I've done. So I'm going through and I'm kind of just darkening lines to make sure that when I put down my flats, nothing is going to bleed outside of the borders of my little bird here. And I'm going to go ahead and color and shade him now. So this is kind of just how I learned to use references when I was in art school, and it's something that really helped me a lot when I found I was struggling to draw something I either wasn't super familiar with or was just something that I struggled with regularly. So I hope it helps you as well. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.